But Shui, that's not what your intro's supposed to be. I don't care. Listen, come here. Come here. Get closer. Let me tell you something. Bye. No, but I have not been able to do this in over a month, so I will say whatever the heck I want. I don't care. I am finally back. It's time to celebrate and drop the slimes. Oops. I'm gonna do. But yeah, I have missed everyone. I'm sure some people have missed me. Still gotta finish cooking now. I mean, cooking is good. Then you get to eat the cooking. That's part of cooking. But yeah, for those of you who have been living under a rock and have not followed the saga of what's been going on, you go back to not so zoomed in your face. So, where do I begin? You may be aware that we were planning a big theme month last month, where we're gonna break away from our usual games, and we have like every day planned out for like a special fighting game month type thing. We're gonna play like specific games, specific days, all planned. There's gonna be this big event that was potentially be the first of many. And we even took off of work for the first week of February to get out to a good start. I was gonna play like a whole day's worth of like Fightcade stuff on the 4th. I had it all figured out. But the universe decided no. It said, screw that. You don't get to have your plans. So on the very first day of February, the wall of our apartment started leaking. Like a terrible leak that overnight completely flooded the bedroom. To the point like it's a carpeted room. And if you stepped on the carpet, the water would rise up around your foot. It was so much water in there. It was pretty crazy. And since it's the weekend and the property manager only works on the weekdays, could do nothing about that all weekend. So we're like, okay, I guess we're just gonna have to, we put a report for a maintenance request, but it couldn't get addressed at all until I think they got back to us on Monday. And then, Tuesday actually had somebody come out to look at it. And we had to pull everything out of the room. That means all my PC, the streaming stuff, everything that is, required to do this, had to get moved out into storage somewhere. And everything had to be emptied out. And I want to say, so he looked at it, gave an idea of what might be the problem. Now, this wasn't the first time there was a leak. There was actually a little bit of a smaller leak back in December, at the end of the year. And that was reported and supposedly fixed. But of course it wasn't fixed because, like I said, the first day of February, it rained again really hard, and it got worse. It was like 20 times worse than the previous leak. Same spot, from the wall. So I wasn't very confident that they were even fixed it this time. It's like, well, they couldn't fix it last time. Who's to say that it's gonna be fixed this time? But they got someone out the next day. It was like, I think, probably like the first Wednesday or Thursday of February. And then that week, somewhere around there. And they cut a hole in the wall of the bedroom to see where exactly it was coming from and assess everything. And I think actually before that, they got a different company to come out and put a bunch of air movers under the carpet. Like 4 of them, one in each corner, like heavy duty, to try and dry it out as fast as possible. And then a different company came and cut the hole in the wall to look at it. And then they went to the property manager and said, okay, here's what we think the problem is. Here's our quote to do the work to fix it. And now it was like a waiting game on getting that code approved. So I kind of just sat there for weeks with not hearing anything from anybody beyond that. Not knowing what was going on. The air movers weren't collected. The wall still had a hole in it. The carpet was torn up from all that stuff. And I was just kind of in limbo for several weeks. Still couldn't move back in the bedroom to stream. And eventually first you contacted the property manager just to kind of figure out what was going on. And supposedly, the actual problem was already fixed, even though I didn't know that. The company was supposed to fix it, didn't contact me or had any interaction with me at all. I guess they did something from the outside of the building so they can go inside and fix it. So I never knew it was even fixed. But they just had to get somebody to come back and patch up the hole in the wall. Supposedly was what the issue. So it took to like the last week of February for them to finally patch the hole up in the wall. And I think around the same time, and mind you, the other company that had the air movers there left the air movers there the whole time, like the whole month of February, even though it dried in like the first week. It was just sitting there. I'm like, what am I doing now? Are these mine now? But they did finally collect them, which is kind of funny. They were just sitting there for no reason for like a whole month. But yeah, and they eventually patched up the hole in the wall. But they said, oh, we don't have the tools to fix the carpet. We can't like stretch the carpet out to put it back. So, it goes back to the property manager to contact another company to get them to come out and fix the carpet. They had a flooring company come out. So that took another week. And then I think it was last Friday, a guy came out just to look at it and see what it looked like. And then scheduled something for yesterday to finally fix the damn thing. And I moved everything back in a room last night and got ready to go for today. So I'm finally back. Hopefully we'll be streaming unless that fix wasn't a real fix and our room just explodes again. I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully we're back for now. And it's supposed to rain this week too, funny enough. I think tonight's gonna start raining again for the rest of the week. So I guess we'll see what happens. Cross your fingers for me, everyone. And sorry if I'm not keeping him a chat, because I was trying to relay everything that was happening over the past month for us, so everyone can get caught up on what the issue was, why we were gone, why we couldn't stream as much as we wanted to, and why the whole month was basically killed. But yeah, that was terrible for several reasons, and unfortunately it we're gonna maybe do more special months. We're gonna say, oh, if the funny game month went well, we're gonna do maybe other ones on other months. But now we're no, I'm not. That killed our motivation to kind of do that because it's I feel like if we plan out a whole month like that and get ahead of ourselves, the universe will just conspire against us and say, yeah, no, I'm taking that away. It's we're afraid to do anything like that again. We want to just take everything 1 week at a time and just kind of just play things as they come to us instead of saying, oh yeah, I'll set up this whole month and dedicate this whole thing to something that may never happen. So, we probably won't be doing anything like that. But there's several bad things about this. Thing number 2 that was bad is that since February was supposed to be a channel-wide decision to do a whole group thing, everyone was scheduled. Even Lilim, who has not been streaming lately, was scheduled to stream during the 4 weeks of February on Thursdays. And my plan in the back of my mind was, oh, if, we get her streaming as part of a cooperation of this thing, I could springboard that momentum and try to get her back into streaming regularly in general. I thought I could leverage that. But since that never happened, she never went back to streaming, and now I have no leverage, so who knows, I guess she's still on an indefinite hiatus, and I don't know when or if she'll be streaming again. That's just that sucks that I kind of killed my whole plan for her, too. Another thing that kind of sucks about the not being able to stream all month is, if we had a regular streaming schedule and the regular let's say income we normally make from it, we would have been due for a Twitch payout this month. Because we're about, I want to say, I think $15 shy of the threshold to get paid out at the end of January we were anyway. And we make about $16 a month in revenue between the subs and the ads. So that would have basically just put us over the $50 threshold to get paid out this month. However, with no streams February means there's no ad revenue, which means we don't hit the 50. We have to wait until this month's stream to hit over, and we'll get paid like maybe in April or something. So it kind of just delays our Twitch payment, which sucks, because we're gonna throw the Twitch payment towards the Cersei rereading fund. For those of you who may not be aware, we did the rigging with Cersei's model ourselves, and we don't know what we're doing. We kind of suck at it first time, not very good. There's a lot of issues. It's not as mobile, it doesn't move around very well. There's a lot of flaws with it that we've seen now. And it's like we want to hire somebody who knows what they're doing to do it, but that costs some money. And we have a kind of a fund going for that, and that Twitch payout could have gone to that fund this month. And, you know, it would have made like a nice birthday present for her, because her birthday's also this month. So like, oh, you know, if we could get that started and like fund it, that'd be great. But that's not gonna happen probably, because we don't get that payment for that. So, unless somebody decides to be super generous and give us a donation or like our Ko-Fi or something that's down on the street at the bottom there, to make up for those lost funds, we're probably not gonna get that done anytime soon. Not that I'm asking for anyone to do that. Obviously, only if you can and want to. But, yeah, it just sucks the situation. Like, if we didn't miss that month, we would have been on track to get her, that commission paid for. And then she could have a more improved... Not the model. Model itself will stay the same, but, like, the actual, like, motion of it will change. Like, the art's the same, but it'll be, like, it'll move around better. Like, you'll have, like, you can... Jelena do things like I can, like move my head all kinds of ways. Like, she can't do this. She can't wave her head side to side and sway like that. It's very stiff. And we want to have her be able to do more expressive stuff. But, baby will come eventually. We'll see. Oh, I just got smoochies. What was I saying? Oh, yes. But, okay, so that's enough of the disappointing, bad news, crappy stuff that's happened. Let's talk about some good stuff, right? She should be able to rotate her head 180 degrees like... Yes, she should! Even though she's not an owl, but why not? It's funny because there are a couple of owl VTubers that she follows, but I don't think they can do that either. But that would be kind of funny. But no, she's all birds. Sure, why not? No, but, seriously, what, yeah, good news stuff coming. There are some, fun stuff that, is on the horizon, maybe. For those of you who don't know, I do a bit of writing in my spare time, or at least more recently I've been doing that. Not even published my own book, last year in May. If the first in was at least a 4-part series of stories called Scion of Seirin. And I am been fast working on the second volume, a game not ready to release. And that will hopefully be available, well, it's definitely going to be published this year. I'm aiming for May to be like the 1-year anniversary of the first volume, just because I don't want to make people wait more than a year for the next part of the story. But I am kind of up against the deadline crunch. I don't know if I could get it out by then. It's written entirely. Like, I've done all the writing. I've got all the images done. They're all commissioned, and, like, I got all the art back and it's ready to go. But I still need to, like, you know, do the kind of formatting and polish and make it so that it's, like, ready to be presented and published, both in the ebook format and in the print format. So, I think I can get it done in time. But yeah, keep an eye out for that, because pre-orders will be hopefully going up soon, within the next. I'm shooting for like opening pre-orders in April, if all goes well. But we'll see how life goes, because not everything always goes according to plan, and sometimes you get roadblocks, but it's all written, so, you know. And if you haven't checked out the first volume, definitely do that because it's kind of required reading. If you just read the second volume without reading the first one, you'll be lost, have no idea who the characters are or what's going on. Like, it'd be like if you were trying to read the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but you start with like the second story and didn't read the first one and didn't get all the setup, you'd probably be confused. It doesn't make sense that way. It's meant to be read in order. And yeah, like it's a 4-part series. The best I can say is kind of a fantasy genre, fantasy adventure.
Things that happened. My got into SF6, Fatal Fury City of Wolves beta happened, and finally we got the release date of Capcom Fighting Collection 2, May 16th.
Okay, I guess that TTS interrupted me a little bit. My train of thought. I'll get back to what I was saying, but just I guess comment on that real quick. Yeah, I mean I know the stuff that happened. Just because I can't stream doesn't mean I was like completely shut off from the world. I still like knew stuff that was going on in the world, but unfortunately, I was not a part of any of those things. I'll type it in chat because, okay. Maybe not. Let me try that again. Twitch is being weird. There we go. Scion of Seiren is what the series is called. Like I said, Volume 1 was released last year. Volume 2 is coming out this year. I want to show you, I guess I can show you real quick the cover for Volume 2. This is the fantastic book cover that was drawn by Shiro021, incredible artist. So that's what the cover for the upcoming book is looks like. And yeah, it's like a very anime-styled fantasy adventure. It's sort of copies the idea, if anyone's familiar here with Japanese light novels, I try to write it like a Japanese light novel. I mean, obviously it's in English, and, you know, it has some Western influence in the runnings. I'm not Japanese, so I'm not going to necessarily write like a Japanese writer, but it takes some cues from the light novel style. It's a very, like, brief read. It's not too heavy, not too detailed. It's kind of stabby pacing, very character-focused and more on dialogue and interactions and not too heavy on the narration, and doesn't have, like, a bunch of, you know, superfluous prose and fancy, elaborate descriptions or anything like that. It's fairly straightforward. Like, it reads the way, like, if you're reading the story, you kind of can imagine it the way anime episodes would play out. In fact, I could, like, see the first volume being, like, if it was serialized into an anime, it'd be like 13 episodes. It'd play out very, like, nice like that. It's on many retailers. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Books to Read, Universal, what else called? Smashwords, Draft2 Digital, there's a bunch of platforms it's on. I try to release it as widely as possible. Channel points to redeem pat. I don't think you can pat a picture. You can pat a slime, but you can't pat the picture. Doesn't work that way. But yeah, and the second volume will also be released on as many platforms as I can get on as well. Just so it's a variety, because like, some people obviously don't like Amazon for very valid reasons, especially nowadays. So they might not want to buy from there. But like, you know, Barnes & Noble isn't available in some countries, so I can't just put it there either. So I'm trying to give people options, you know? You buy from whatever bookstore you want. It's even on Google Play Books. So if you just want to buy it from Google, that's an option too. Wherever you like. Alright, later, Caesar. But yeah, definitely look out for that. I'll be making more announcements as it comes closer to release time. So keep your eyes peeled. Especially to my Blue Sky, because it's definitely going to be announced there when the pre-orders are live. And yeah, if you are a weeb, no, I'm just joking. No, but if you like anime stuff and fantasy stories and just lighthearted adventures, I think you'll like this series. So definitely give it a try. So yeah, look forward to that. What else good Muse stuff? Think there's nurse stuff. I don't know. I'm sure there's more things, but I get distracted and lost and forget some stuff every once in a while because that's just my slime brain. Yeah, I think it's a fairly light read. Like, it's not too intense. I had a friend who just ironically happened to be in Japan at the time where I released the first volume, and he was like on a bullet train during his visit. So he basically just pulled up the first volume on his I guess tablet or phone or something, and read through it while on the bullet train trip. That's how quick it was for him to read through it. Easy to read. I don't want people to get the wrong idea though. Like, when you say it like that, it makes it sound like it's a children's book. It's not a children's book though. But it's not a complex book that's like overly pretentious. It's just straight to the point. Though it is technically young adult, I guess you would say. Yeah, like JP light novels are split like young adult, and this is sort of in that range. Yeah, the whole point about the light, so if people aren't familiar with light novels in Japan, they're like these tiny little paperback books that are like made of like sort of flimsy material, honestly. But there's like these cheap, easy to produce like tiny books that you can just kind of read on like a train ride or something very quickly and easily. Like, that's the whole idea behind them. And I like that kind of story because I don't like to read. Which is weird for somebody who is an author to say, but no, I don't like reading. But the light novel format is kind of something I can digest pretty easily. I used to read light novels on my phone at work during my breaks. I go to our lunch break, and I would knock out like a whole light novel volume in maybe like 3 or 4 lunch breaks, something like that. So not too difficult to read. Sounds like Japanese version of Pulp Fiction, not the movie. Maybe, but it doesn't like the thing is Pulp Fiction is kind of a genre. It was a very specific genre of certain themes, and a light novel is more of a format than a genre. Like, it's not restricted to any specific genre. So, like, it wouldn't read like a Pulp Fiction book would, as far as, like, the thematics, necessarily, especially mine won't. Like I said, mine is kind of, like, very anime in its influence. It's like a weird combination of Western writing and Japanese writing, honestly. It's like a hybrid of styles. And it's got cool pictures in it. It's not a manga though. It's not fully like illustrated. Like, somebody thought that was a manga because I have images. No, it's not a manga. Don't think about that. It's not a comic book. It is mostly text, but occasionally there's an illustration that looks cool and accompanies the text that's going along there. But they're few and far between. You know, like, I think I have 14 chapters in the first volume, and there's probably about, I don't know, like 8 or so pictures throughout the book. I don't know exactly how many, I forget, but I'm gonna just estimate something like that. And then I have like 10 pictures in the second volume, which is also 14 chapters. So, you know, something like that. To be fair, light novels seem to follow certain trends more than manga. I don't know, like, they're pretty diverse in their genre. Like, you can have a fantasy light novel, you can have an isekai light novel, you can have... what else? I don't read light novels much, but there's all kinds of... I guess isekai is also kind of like tends to be fantasy themed, but they have non-fantasy themed light novels as well, obviously. Like, wasn't Haruhi a light novel? I don't even know what you'd call that. Supernatural. Yeah, that's a supernatural story, technically. It's weird. So yeah, you have stuff like Haruhi, but then you have stuff like Slayers, which are both light novels. Your Shakugan no Shana is also a light novel. But I will say that most light novels are first-person perspective. Like, I like, at least from what I've seen, it seems like 90% of them are told through first person, through the protagonist's like point of view. My story is not first person. I do third person. Which a couple times I do. I think the only light novel I personally read that was third person was Spice and Wolf. But I'm sure there's others out there that do that. One big trend light novels follow is that most characters are in their teens. Yeah, like I said, light novels tend to be a young adult audience. And to be young adult, you have to kind of be in that like 16 to 19 range for your protagonist. That kind of is what defines a young adult genre. Which my story does also fall into, because the protagonist of my story, at least at the beginning of the story, is 16. She grows as the story goes on, so she's not gonna be 16 forever, but she starts out as being 16. Then again, Spice and Wolf, if you consider Kraft the main character, I forget how old he is, but he's not a teenager. He's an adult as far as I'm aware. He's probably like in his 20s or something. So that's a little bit of an oddball case there. Yeah. That's what I was saying, it is an oddball case. Like, there's always an exception to every rule. But like you said, it is true. Most of them tend to be teenage protagonists because they're going for that young adult market. But then again, all animes like that too. Like, the most popular anime tend to also have like high school kids as your main characters. So it's just kind of the trend in Japan in general for their works. And even a lot of video games like JRPGs tend to be just a bunch of kids going on an adventure, right? A bunch of teenagers. And you might have like the one guy in his 30s who they consider the old man of the group to be their like chaperone, essentially. That's like the very cliche JRPG formula. Hard to find, yeah, exactly. You kind of have to, like, the developer have to go out of their way to try to break the mold just to be different. And it can be hit or miss. If they execute it well, they'll still be successful. But it's not the norm, so you're not gonna see a lot of that. Because usually you do what works. If something's, like, there's a formula, the formula is the formula for a reason, because people have found success with it. And trying to deviate, a lot of times will kind of make it more challenging to be successful. That's why, like, it's very easy as an author to write a romance story. I will never write a romance book, probably. It's just not my thing. I hate the formula. But if you want to actually, like, make money as an author, write a romance book. Because romance stories have a very specific formula that you follow. It's very cookie-cutter, cut and paste. You follow this exact formula, and it sells like hotcakes. Like, they're very easy to sell and make a lot of money off of, as long as you stick to the formula. Sorry, romance book. I don't know about that. That's a bit more niche. You can make a lot of money for furry art for sure. Romance is better in non-romance books. That is true, actually. Because a non-romance book's not trying to follow the stupid formula, so it actually comes across as more, I don't know, authentic. The niche audience are always the most down the... That's true, they're very down bad for the thing that they're being deprived of. So, like, yeah, they're very deviant. Like, yes, I will... Like, you said that meme that Futurama one were just like a wad of cash, like, take my money. That's basically... But you have to find the audience. Like, my story, I would say, is still kind of niche, because there isn't really a market for light novel fans that want a Western author. Like, if you are into Japanese light novels, then you're probably like an elitist that's going to be like, oh, it has to be an active Japanese story. Maybe it can be translated to English because I don't know how to read Japanese. But I don't want something that's not made by a Japanese person, you know? It has to be like, you don't want a regionally English one. That's what the purist kind of beats are like. There's not many people who are open-minded to like, oh yeah, I just like this light novel concept in general. So I don't care if it's English translated from Japanese or if it's originally English or whatever. Like, just that's a cool story in general. Like, you don't have that too much. Like, either you're looking for a traditional Western story or you're looking for a Japanese story made by somebody who's from Japan and you're going to be very, like, hardcore otaku about it. Like, it's very hard to sell my book. It's not going to make money. It hasn't really made much money because there isn't really a market for it. And I suck at marketing anyway, but I think even if I didn't suck at marketing, it'd be a challenge to figure out how to market that. If that was the case, they'd never read sci-fi unless it's written by an actual alien. Sci-fi fans aren't like that, though. That's the thing. They'd actually be running sci-fi. And sci-fi fans are not like that. They just want the genre. But I feel like people who are into... Really, if they are... Well, sci-fi fans aren't reading books by aliens because that's not a thing. So I'm not insisting that the book be written by an alien. Oh, you're agreeing with me. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I thought you were saying that they were like that. Yeah. But, yeah, like, I feel like most people who read, light novels who are English-speaking are kind of, like, sort of weebs. And they're just like, oh, I'm elitist purist. It has to be the, pure Japanese work. I can't settle for this Western knockoff. Like, I feel like they get pretentious about it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem to be the vibe I get. Ironically, I feel like actual Japanese people wouldn't care. Like, a Japanese person would be perfectly fine reading my book. The problem is that the language barrier is an issue. Whereas if they might not know English well enough to really be able to get through it. Like, so... remember this art I showed, the cover here? Shiro here is an actual Japanese artist. Okay? Now, I gave Shiro a copy of the first volume when it was done to read. And we've been communicating in English, like, they know English enough to have a conversation. But it's still not, there's not Shiro's native language. They're not fluent in it, so there's a language barrier there sometimes. And, attempts to read it have been made, but I don't even know if the book was finished because it was very slow to read because of having to, translate everything into Japanese, even if mentally, or maybe use a dictionary to help with some words. It's slow going. So, a Japanese person who doesn't really know English that well is going to have trouble reading it, even if they would be open to reading it. Like, if it could get translated into Japanese, nobody's gonna do that for me, but I feel like if my book could get translated to Japanese and sold in the Japanese market, it probably would get some looks. I'm not saying it would be a breakout success or anything. There's so much stuff. It's so populated. There's so much competition out there that would get buried, but I feel like if somebody happened upon it, they wouldn't be against reading it as much as I feel like the Western audience that are into light novels might be more against reading it. So I kind of have to market like a Western book and not like a Japanese book. I have to just say, well, it's a fantasy adventure for young adults. But hope they don't get disappointed when it's like, well, this isn't. Because the thing is, when you say that, they're expecting like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones or something like that. And that's not what this is. And they're going to be disappointed. That's kind of my concern. Cyan of Searing doesn't have any cultural references. Not... Oh, what's this? Hold on, I misread something. culture references like editor's notes and subbed and anime, hard to convey some things. I mean, I don't have... There's cultural references, but it's weird. So, it's not... the story takes place in a fictional world. So it's not, our real world. So, the actual real world cultures that exist don't exist in that story, There's no America, there's no Japan. However, the fictional countries that do exist have their own fictional cultures that draw from real world cultures as an inspiration. So there are some things that are very Japanese or Chinese in origin that are rolled into the country that's kind of more analogous to Asia. So it's not like a distinct cultural reference, but there's some nods. You'll have names of foods that might be from that country that might come up, or some other traditions that might come up, and another there's an area that's more Celtic. So you might have some Celtic stuff that comes up a little bit. So it's very vague. It's you're worldly, you'll kind of get to it. You'll kind of get it. But I don't think it needs a translator or an editor's note or translator note kind of thing for it. It's not that deep of a culture reference. It's not a pop culture thing. It's not gonna be because again, it's not it's a fantasy world and it's kind of in the medieval fantasy vibe. So you're not gonna be saying, oh, they're not gonna be referencing some television show in the modern times, that you have to be, part of that country's watch television in that country to get it, none of that's gonna be in there. But there's there's culture in the story still that might reference cultures of other countries around the world. Vaguely. And usually it's more of the well-known stuff that but it's a mixed bag, I guess. You'd have to just kind of see it. But yeah. It depends on what you consider a cultural reference, I guess. If you say young adult fantasy, I think people are a lot more receptive to non-traditional stuff. I mean, that is why I'm trying to market it as a young adult fantasy, because I feel it's the best chance of it having any sort of success. Not that it's had much success anyway, but whatever. I didn't write it to make money. I wrote it to tell the story and to share it with people, and if anybody is willing to actually read it and give it a chance and look over it, that's enough for me. And hopefully they'll enjoy my characters and the story I'm trying to tell. 'Cause I just want to share my ideas. I've had this story and at least the volume 1 story. It's not exactly as it was originally, but the character and the base concepts date all the way back to been 20 years old. Yeah, it's a 20-year-old story, conceptually. And it's been refined a lot over the years. And then this new volume that's coming out is a more recent story with characters I invented probably only 10 years ago or something. But, it's finally getting that stuff out there that's been buried a long time. Also, hey DJ, how goes it? I can't tell what that emoji is, but zoomed out like that, it looks like you're flipping me off. Which, if you want to do that, that's your prerogative. But welcome anyway. It's good to be seen. I have been MIA since January, and not of my own choice at all. If I had the choice, I would not have been gone, of course. But finally I get to come back. You probably missed the whole recount of everything that happened and why I was gone, the cult story. But if you were interested in knowing everything that's transpired this past month, just check out the VOD when it releases, probably tomorrow on YouTube. Or even after the stream, I think I'll just publish it on Twitch too. But yeah, just check out the VOD and it'll tell you. At the beginning of the stream, I talk about everything that's happened and the whole full story if you're interested and want to know. Now, thing is we're back. And I was talking about the book that I'm about to release in a couple of months as good news to counter all the bad news. And in fact, there's some more announcements I had, potentially. But I don't know what they were. So, oh well. And, I don't know if I'm gonna be playing any games today because I've been talking so much. I might, like, hawk away all of my time to play Disgaea. But oh well. But it's kind of weird because, like, I hadn't been able to play it since January. It's like, oh, I should get back into that game and finish it up finally. But I got distracted. So I just kind of want to, like, stream in general. Stream it all. The game isn't as important. And not that I hate it. It's not like I dislike Disgaea 6. There's things I dislike about Disgaea 6. But it's not like it's the most, like, I'm jumping out of my body to play it, you know? I'm not that, like, oh, I have to do it kind of thing. It's fine. It's an okay game. It's not, like, the most exciting game in the world that I'm itching to play. But I do want to actually, like, you know, finish it up. I don't know what I'm gonna do after I finish the game, though. That's another thing. I don't have any plans for my next game to play. I might just do some random one-off stuff. Maybe some silly things here and there. Until I figure it out. Cause I'm thinking near the end, too. Like, where am I exactly in this? 6. If I had to guess, I'm probably like 2 or 3 chapters away from the end. So that's probably like 2 more streams and that's it. So even if I don't stream it today, I'll be done with it. Like, what's the calendar look like? Yeah, I should probably be done with it by the end of the month anyway. Or the beginning of April at the latest. And see, it's okay me like talking with you. I like talking with you guys too. And thank you for being here. Play some OS Flash games. Flash doesn't exist anymore. I know like some sites have converted Flash games into something else that you could use. But actual Flash is like gone. Miss my yapping. I don't yap enough. I don't really do a lot of just chatting streams. I'm usually just focused on making progress in the game. Like, I'll talk while I play, sure. But I don't just, like, ramble with nothing going on like this. Also, I used to do a thing called Telonym, where people could send anonymous questions and I would answer them on stream. But since I haven't streamed in over a month, a little bit over a month, I have not checked the Telonym. So I don't know if there's questions there new there, if people gave up on sending me those. So I gotta check that now, and I'm curious. What did I miss? Okay, nothing. Practically nothing, yeah, nobody's... I guess because I haven't been answering them, nobody's been sending them, they just, like, figured I abandoned it. Like, there's a couple of questions here from, like, 2 months ago, I guess. Some people responding to the other stuff I'll hear it. What was the actual original question? I have to, like, see the context for this. Because somebody got confused by one of my answers. Because I don't think they understand, that I am a slime. Because I know that my disguise is very clever. People may not be aware because I'm so good at pretending to be a human and looking like a human that people don't realize I'm actually a slime. Where is it? Oh yeah, someone originally asked why I look so good. And I said it's easy when you can reshape your body. I decided to be friend-shaped to appeal to all my wonderful viewers. And somebody quoted that and replied and said, where is it? Reshape like how, though? But they don't understand how this works. That's just what slimes do. I'm just gonna type slimes are very flexible. A link. It's store. Hey, where's my link? This is what I'm talking about right here. I've got 92 of these. I could not keep up. I'm asked for like life advice though, and I try not to answer those ones or be silly by answering them because like that's not what I'm here for. Like people should ask me about life advice or love or other kind of stuff like that. I have a question. Somebody asked me what a perfect partner is. Me. I'm my perfect partner. Because you can't get more perfect than this. I am already perfection. Oh, why slam in the pool? What is your wisdom? You have to be pretty bad off to be asking the slime for wisdom. I think that was what I said, right? I can't remember the meme I made. That was a long time ago I made that meme. Then people ask me about my ex. I don't have an ex. Stop asking about my ex. Stop being so serious with these questions. Is there a person you can't forget? Myself. I mean, how could you ever hate yourself? I'm pretty unforgettable. You don't have an ex ability? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Somebody asked, how do you get everyone to like you? I'll let you know when I figure that out. I don't think anybody can actually take, like, real talk. You can't get everyone to like you. What's the saying? You can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. No matter what you do or who you try to be, you're never gonna get everyone to like you. Because people would just have different tastes and different, personalities. They're not gonna like everything. And if you're being genuine in yourself, there's gonna be people, unfortunately, that's not gonna like whatever you are. Even for reasons that don't make any sense. They might just discriminate against you for just being you. For whatever gender you are, whatever race you are, whatever beliefs you hold. They'll just dislike you for whatever reason they want. People just discriminate. And even if you try to shape yourself to be what, other people, I want to be likable by other people, so I'll act a certain way or pretend to be a certain way so they'll like me. Other people are gonna see right through that and dislike you for being fake. So no matter what you do, you're gonna lose. Okay, insert. I'm not gonna answer all these, weird questions about love. Are you about to be hit by that atmospheric river like me? What? Oh, now you must have missed it when I said earlier. It's supposed to rain here tonight and then for the rest of the week. Which scares me because The problem with the room that caused the flood was because of too much rain. And then, like, it got in the wall, and then it leaked through the wall into the house. First into my room, and then, like, it dropped down to, like, the second, or the first floor, because I'm on the second floor. My bedroom's on the second floor. And, like, leaked so much that it went down to, like, the first floor, too, and everything. It just got all over the place. And that's from, like, a hard rain. So if they did not, it was the second time that happened. So if they did not actually fix the leak properly, then it's gonna leak again. This week, probably. If it really rains like it's supposed to. So, look-see. Switch to mobile, things were getting sketchy on desktop. It sounds like the Twitch servers haven't been fantastic today. Oh, that's odd, I haven't noticed that. I was watching somebody stream earlier on desktop and haven't had an issue, but I don't know. Everyone's experience gets different. I actually have a lot of issues on mobile, honestly. I can practically not watch streams on Twitch mobile. It would just be like, it would like buffer so poorly that I basically could only watch a stream if I turn it to audio only mode. But if the video is going, nah, I can't watch the video, it just won't, the just poor latency. So I kind of have to like just listen to the streamer, like a radio broadcast. But maybe my phone just sucks, I don't know. I have a budget phone. It's not that budget, but it's not like it's not like a phone that like you see it advertised. It's not like a Samsung Galaxy whatever latest is, or iPhone whatever jibba. It's not any of those fancy phones like that. It's like a Samsung, but it's like one of those like offshoot Samsungs that aren't like the Galaxy line. At least not the main line Galaxy. I think it's like I don't even know if it's considered a Galaxy offshoot or something, whatever it is. But it still costs a lot of money. I paid like a few $100s for it. Yeah, it actually is the A line. It's like an A42, I'm gonna say. But hey, it did everything I needed to. And even ran KOF All-Star. Remember that? That was a game. Until they shut it down. That was the thing. I wanted to play a couple of mobile games, and my phone before that just couldn't run anything. But I got that phone, it could run KOF All-Star, it could run Pokemon Masters, it could run, what else did it have on there? I can't remember what the third game was I tried out, but there's another one on there. Okay, but nothing's any more of a tank than the classic Nokia flip phone. Or not flip phone, it's not flip phone, the Nokia brick, the brick thing that everybody jokes about. The joke is like, this is a phone case for... You wouldn't need to protect you because it's so sturdy. And like, no, the case isn't to protect the phone. It's to protect the floor from the phone. That trying to run on a mobile games, primarily streaming mobile video. I still play mobile games because I need something to do at work when I'm bored. So I'll play like... Actually, lately I've been playing Bloons on my phone. Because why not? Drove over it with your car and the screen was busted but still made calls. Is your car okay? That is total. Damn. Power of the Nokia. Reminded that I can't play King of Fighters rhythm game anymore. Had that on your phone more than 10 years ago. I never played that. Because I'm not really big into... I suck at rhythm games. I have no rhythm. So I don't do that. In fact, I remember when I used to play Fire Emblem Heroes. They had like a... one of the game modes was basically a rhythm game. And I hated it so much. But like, you had to do it when it came around each time. Because like, you got more of the thingies summon new warriors. So like, I wanted more characters. So if I want my gacha orbs, I need to play the stupid rhythm game. And I couldn't stand the rhythm game. It was misery. Nah. I usually play game. If I play a mobile game, it's gonna be a game that can play itself. So I don't have to worry about it. Cause it's hard to play stuff on mobiles. They're not responsive. So like I'll play Bloons and just set up my towers in like a really good strategy and then just let them clear everything. Cause I play well enough I don't have to micro. Like I do, some strategies are very micro heavy. But I try to do the ones that aren't very micro-heavy on the phone. Then I don't have to micro anything, because it's not reliable. Or, back when it's like... KF All-Star or Tales of the Rays. I would just set to auto-bow. And just let the game play itself. And just make sure I set my characters well enough so they could win. They made Guitar Hero for the DS that had a special attachment to be the guitar. Kinda cool. Huh, that's interesting. I think I saw a video clip of somebody playing Guitar Hero, but they had like it turned up to like 200% speed, and they were playing Through the Fire and Flames. Basically 200% speed and they 100%ed it. I'm like, that is just insane. That song is already too fast at normal speed, and they just doubled the speed and still cleared it perfectly. What else should we talk about, guys? Play been an hour. What else can I yap your ears off about? I feel like I had more things I planned to say, but I cannot for the life of me remember what they were. They were probably things. I think it's the most important stuff, at least. It's funny, I know I saw Rowan here at the very beginning of the stream before I went live. And I don't think, like, once I went live, he, like, just disappeared. Did he just run away or something? Did you at least eat any good food while you were away? Oh, he's streaming. Let's see, do I eat any good food? I mean, I just kind of ate normal food. I tried the new Domino's garlic parmesan stuffed crust recently. It was pretty good. I mean, stuffed crust is usually a good type of pizza to have, and their seasoning just kind of enhances it a little bit. So, no complaints there. I don't think I ate much else special, though. I'm still very salty that this whole thing happened the week I took off of work. Like, oh, I'm gonna do a vacation, a staycation. First week of February, and it's like, disaster strikes. Like, come on. I don't even get to enjoy the vacation, because I didn't go anywhere. I wasn't planning to go anywhere. I was planning to stream. And I couldn't do that. It was like, well, that sucks. Every pizza should be stuffed crust. There's no reason not to. And every pizza with a normal crust, maybe. But I don't know. I kind of like pan pizza. And you can't really, you can't do a pan pizza with all the stuffed crust. They kind of conflict with each other, in my opinion. So, and I'm not really, the crust is not my favorite part of pizza, to be honest. I don't really care about the crust that much, especially the crust at the end there. And the reason why stuffed crust is even viable is because it does something with that part that I don't really care about and normally, and gives me a reason to maybe eat it. Whereas I'm kind of half and half hood normally. But the pan pizza doesn't even have that part. So it's like, well, I just eat the pan pizza, I'm fine. I don't need stuffed crust. Just put toppings on a wheel of cheese. I don't mean the crust under the pizza. I just mean the extra crust at the end that you hold it by. I don't need that part of the pizza. And some pizzas I don't even eat it. Sometimes. Sometimes I will not eat it. That's not my last priority. If I get full, I don't want to eat the actual pizza part. So if I get full early, I'm just gonna leave the crust behind. But I like that pan pizzas are kind of edge-to-edge toppings. So it doesn't leave that just dry bread at the end of it. That's yeah. Okay, everybody in chat, tell me this. What is your favorite pizza topping? I will judge you. Pepperoni, I'm basic. Yes, you are basic. Pepperoni's the most basic bitch topping. I mean, it's a classic for a reason. I'm not gonna hate, but it is basic. I will agree. Barbecue chicken. That's a good pick. See, but with Canadian bacon? Isn't that practically ham? I wonder if Canadians eat Canadian bacon on pizza more than they eat pepperoni. If that's the default standard one. When I worked at a pizza place, I used to make barbecue chicken pizza. Love it. Barbecue chicken pizza is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Pepperoni is the basic go-to. A lot of places around here have really good specialty combos. Every place is gonna have pepperoni. So if you like that, you're gonna find it no matter where you go. It's a pretty safe thing to like. Even Little Caesars Hot and Ready has a pepperoni variant. Everything else you can't get hot and ready other than cheese and pepperoni. Those are two standard pizza types. And even cheese isn't always available. Sometimes it's only pepperoni. You can get the plain cheese pizza. I don't know about that. About being the best. I think there's some more creative and interesting things you could do. Chicken, barbecue sauce, green pepper, bacon bits, and onion is one of the good combos. kind of onion? Are we talking like just yellow onions or like the red onions that normally go with the barbecue stuff? Because it's very important. The secret to barbecue chicken pizza is just to use a bit of barbecue sauce. If you look at the pizza and said it needs a bit more sauce, then you got it right. Too much sauce and the cheese won't melt on the bottom where it was in the sauce. Interesting. Oh no, no, don't use yellow onions. Nah. Nope, that doesn't go with that. I'm sorry. If we're gonna do barbecue chicken pizza, you gotta use the red onions. But I do like the idea of chicken and bacon bits on pizza. Those are two good toppings. I also could go for a good Italian sausage pizza. Those aren't too bad. You could slather a pizza in regular sauce and it would be fine. But for some reason, the barbecue sauce doesn't transfer heat. Yeah, look, tomato pizza sauce, the tomato base, whatever, tomato sauce, or any kind of tomato sauce, but pizza sauce included, is just the hottest thing ever. Like, it will never cool off. Like, this is true for pizza, if you're making a pasta, like a lasagna. That sauce will stay molten lava forever, and it will always burn the roof of your mouth. So I believe it. Exactly. Do you like white sauces, cheese, or ranch-based? I do not like ranch, but I do like Alfredo sauce. Or the standard like white sauce pizza's kind of a garlicky white sauce. That's fine too. But I don't prefer it, but I'm okay with it, I guess. Like a chicken and white pizza is okay. I do like Alfredo sauce a lot though, but they don't use I don't know why a pizzas use Alfredo sauce. I'm not sure about that. Like the white sauce is that Alfredo, and I feel like it would be better if it was. So Alfredo sauce is pretty good. But maybe there's a reason why I don't do that. I don't know. I'm not a pizzaologist. I just consume your human food. I didn't invent any of it. Place around here using Alfredo base for mac and cheese pizzas. Wait, do you put macaroni on the pizza? I don't know how I feel about that. I wonder if any pizza place ever tried Iberico ham on pizza. I don't know. Maybe in places where that type of meat's more common. You don't really see that at all here. A local place near me uses tiny pepperonis and they curl up into tiny grease cups. Oh yeah, those kind of pepperonis. I've seen those. It's the Wagyu of ham. That's what I've heard. But it's kind of rare, as a result, just like Wagyu is as well. At least where I live, it's rare. Cooked elbow macaroni on mac and cheese pizza. Good with bacon or ground beef. See, I would just want that as a pasta on its own. The mac and cheese with the bacon. I don't want it on a pizza though, because I feel like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to eat a noodle on top of a pizza. To me, that just feels like it would be unpleasant. dump that in a bowl. Yeah. A lot of pizza places have pasta too. I kind of like the pizza place pastas because they usually put their pizza cheese on top of the pasta to finish it, which is kind of cool. The best kind of slices showed someone a pizza loaded with and pepperoni cups. The monthly special is a Reuben pizza, which I think would pass on. Yeah, I would pass on that too. No, thank you. Like, I've got nothing against corned beef, but the rest of those ingredients, I don't know how they would work on pizza. Also, corned beef is one of those things like, I can eat it. I don't usually choose to. Like, it's maybe at most once a year on like St. Patrick's Day, you get the whole corned beef sort of thing for that. But even then, I really wouldn't do that. That's more of like a thing that Dad would be interested in, probably. The old corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. Cabbage is yucky, though. I don't care what anybody tells me. I insist. No cabbage. Our place is called Mountain Mike's Pizza. I've seen a Mountain Mike's before. I don't think I've ever been to one, but I know I've seen one before. I don't know where, though. Now that I think about it. Where the heck is Mountain Mike's? No, I have to look this up. Locations. Okay, yeah, there's one in town. I just never tried it before, though. Are they good, in general? You've had it, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I've never had them before. Not that I can remember. Now you're gonna have me looking at pizza menus. This is what you did. I'm now looking at a pizza menu for Mountain Mike's Pizza. Nothing too exciting, but better than most delivery places. Delivery chain places. Who cares what toppings they offer? Well, yeah, I put in my location from the Track Me in order to find out what toppings they have. I don't want to sign up, shut up. I just want to see their menu, please. Holy crap, that's expensive. I didn't begin putting it on there, it's already like $30 just to start. $14 slices? Why would I need a 14-slice pizza? Who makes a 14? Why there's so many slices? They cut them in like tiny slices or something? But even for a medium, it says 12 slices. That sounds wrong. And what? Like a medium pizza should be 8. And yet they're saying it's 12. I mean, be interested in the specialties. I just want to, like, eat the stuff I like. Did for 4 meals. I mean, not really. I could eat half a medium pizza in 1 meal. So it's good for 2 meals. They got chicken, bacon, pepperoni, ham, Italian sausage, thing I can't pronounce, salami, the LA style hot sausage, anchovies, and beef. Basic stuff. Oh, and veggies. We don't want veggies in our pizza. Ew. Spinach, tomato. Yes, but more tomato in your pizza. Broccoli? Green onion. Okay, that's fair. Wait, cooked green onion? Why would you cook the green onion? No, you put onion on there. You guys, mushrooms. Black olives, green peppers, white onions, red onions, pineapples. Don't ever put that on your pizza. Artichoke hearts, diced tomatoes. I have sliced and diced. Garlic, jalapenos, some dried tomatoes. It's 3 different types of tomatoes. Pepperoncini, and cilantro. Alright, what are you guys saying? But I'm missing in chat. But you always go for specials. That's where they try their best to ensure the quality the most. Yeah, but if the special is something I don't want to eat, then I don't want to eat it. There was a special loaded potato pizza one time. The green onions were actually good on that. I mean, green onions are a good garnish. But I also don't want potatoes on my pizza. You know what's actually good is loaded potato soup. That's really good. If you get the loaded potato soup, it's like basically you got cream base, you got potatoes, you've got cheddar cheese, bacon, and then green onions, I think, is what they put on it. That's good. But don't put that on your pizza. At least don't put it on my pizza. You put whatever you want on your pizza, but don't put it on my pizza. I feel like certain things don't belong on a pizza, and I will not touch it. I'm very picky. You will learn this about me. Last friend gathering I went to had a giant vat of potato soup. Help yourself. You need some soup? I had to adjust something on my V2 Studio settings. Nope, not there. Where is the expression I want to mess with? Oh, this isn't the right area. I forgot how to use this program. It's been too long. Okay, I think I'm in the right area. No? Yes? Huh. That's weird. I must have erased my configuration anyway. That's why it's being funky. I'll have to configure it another time when I'm not streaming. I don't want to mess with the stream too much, but it's odd. I feel like my configuration got wiped out and certain things aren't behaving the way I expect them to, but oh well, it's not too noticeable. I'm getting distracted by myself. That's the problem when you are streaming and you have OBS preview window open, is that you basically, it's like being in front of a mirror. You just keep getting distracted by your own face. Like, imagine just walking around with a mirror in front of you all day. Did you never get anything done? At least I wouldn't. I don't know about you all. Yeah, see? Beyond gets it. That's right, get all your pats in. You haven't been able to do that in a while. But make sure I touch this line. You may have to wash your hands afterwards, but it's okay. Well, now you're gonna really need to wash your hands after touching me. I've got egg on my face. Time to hydrate. Let me turn on another different thing. Where is it? I'm gonna turn on the barrage again, just for fun. Oh, guess that's the one I wanted. Hello, we'll turn it on too. There it is, the barrage. Why not? You can assault me in many different ways now. That! Yep, there it is. I was fished. Yeah, there, Edie. Let's see. I wonder if I should, like, start making polls again for, like, what to play in the future. I just don't even have, like, a list to draw from right now, though. That's the problem. Like, I don't even know what I would consider. Because I don't want to... Like, as much as I want to play other Nippon Ichi games as well, after Disgaea 6, especially Disgaea 7, and the new Phantom Brave, I don't want to, like, jump straight into that because, like, I don't know, I feel weird just playing all of one series for too long. Especially when you have, like, a long game, like a TRPG's gonna be. I want to mix up and do something else for a little bit and then go back to that later. So I have to figure out, like, a different time killer. That doesn't take too long, maybe, but I don't know. Ideally, a game I don't have to buy, one that I already have. That would be kind of nice. Let me open let me open up Steam and see right now. And then, let's see, library. Now I don't want your special offers. Well, themes do I have? These I haven't played it anyway. Oh yeah, I have games I started and never finished. Like Xenoverse 2, I never completed. I never finished Fate-Tat. uninstall this. I have a lot of games actually that are. I feel like I had more stuff on my backlog. I never finished Sakuna. I feel like maybe I just started and never finished. The most of my record right here. Never finished Sonic Generations. Never started Sonic Superstars. I gotta get around to that on these days. It's kind of it. Any of the unfinished D's worth playing? That's a matter of opinion. I don't know if they're worth playing. Maybe, maybe not. That's too complicated of a question to answer in simple terms. Because it just really a lot of variables and a lot of things to consider. Because what even counts as worth playing? Worth in what capacity? It is more about being motivated and excited for something. It's harder to do something we're not that excited for it. Because no longer hype. And sometimes there's a bit of pressure in playing things on a stream to do well. At least for me. So it's a little different than just kind of relaxing and not worry about that. Oh, another thing I didn't play that I started was Punch Club 2. That's another thing that I have to finish someday. A game is worth playing if you think the time and effort spent in the game is worth what's worthwhile experience. But that's impossible to judge unless I finish the game. I won't know if the time and effort was worth it until I know how much time and effort was spent and what the actual experience is, which kind of requires the game being finished. So if I just partially play the game, I can't really properly assess that, because who knows? Maybe it'll get really awesome after a part where I left off. Or maybe it's not that much effort to get through, but I don't know that until the end. Or maybe it's a lot of effort, and even if it's a good game, it might not be worth that. There's a lot of stuff to consider. And it's hard to tell before I actually finish it. That's why I don't like to leave games hanging, because I don't know until I finish them. I can't really assess that. And sometimes there'll be something worthwhile in there later in retrospect, but sometimes there won't. You can still form a partial opinion with your experience. Yeah, but it's incorrect. Whatever opinion I have formed is incorrect. Because I don't have the full information. That's basically just making an assumption. A biased assumption with incomplete data. And that's not good. Yeah, exactly. Kyuki gets it. While you try to finish everything, worst case scenario, you're disappointed, but it's not like a game will never kill. It's not a game will ever kill my family, so yeah, there's no reason not to finish it. Yeah, exactly. It may not end up being worth your time in the end, but you won't know that until you finish it. You can assume something, but you could be dead wrong. Let's take a game like Tales of Symphonia, for example. Without spoiling anything, I will say that if I just played the first half of Tales of Symphonia, I might have said, that game's not really worth it. And just based on that first half of the game, it may not have been worth the time and effort to play it. However, the second half of the game gets a lot better in its story. the core gameplay doesn't change anything, but like the actual story becomes pretty good. So at that point, it's like, okay, no, this is more worthwhile. So I would be incorrect in my assumption. And there's a lot of games like there's quite a few games like that are not as great at the beginning as they are eventually. Lineage is a similar, if better, example. Kind of. I feel like Legendia started off better though. Or maybe it was just more fun to play. That might be actually what it was. That's the real thing, yeah. Legendia is just at its core a more fun game to play than Symphonia was. To me, anyway. Plus, it was just a beautiful game. Like, both visually and audio was just stunning. So yeah, the second half is definitely the real story. But I don't think I would have considered even the first half a waste of my time. Because it was still kind of a cozy, like, there was things about it were cozy and like cool and fun and everything. Like, it wasn't the best part of the game, no. But it was still, I even based off the first half, I would say, yeah, that was worth it. Yeah, exactly. The first half is fine, but the second half makes it shine. That's basically, yeah. Personally be willing to be wrong in a few cases and spend time on things I thought were not worthwhile all the way through. And also be afraid to try out new things just because of initial surface opinions. See? But the thing is, I don't want to miss out on something that could be potentially awesome. I guess it's the fear of missing out, the FOMO, that always gets me there. It's like, you could make some bad assumptions, and I go, oh, you might be fine with it, but I'm not fine with, not having enjoyed something that could have been like really cool, you know? You know, I get, like, almost everybody I talk to who's played Legendia only played like half of Legendia. And didn't realize, like, the rest of the game was, like, they thought it was optional post-game story. They didn't realize that was actually part of the main story of the game. I mean, I will still bail on a game if it's a miserable experience. Because, like, I guess it really depends on a lot of things. Like, if a game is being so bad that no turnaround in story can make up for how unfun it is to play, then that's one thing. Like, if the mechanics are just so terrible that I'm like, I can't even enjoy this even if it's got the best writing in the world, then I may not go back and finish it to thought the rest of the story is because, like, well, I just can't stomach the game playing it. But if it's not offensive to play, then I will probably try to go back and finish it and stick it out if I can, because, like, there might be something worthwhile there at the end. Or if a game just does something really terrible that, like, I don't care how it ends. Like, I almost had that with Children of Zodiacs. But they got away with making me finish the game just because the really terrible thing was right at the end. But if that had come halfway through the game, the really terrible thing that they did in that game story, I would have dropped it immediately. I would have not seen how that ended because I wouldn't care at that point. Because they did something that was so terrible, and I hated it so much, that I lost my will to play the game. The only reason I did finish that game was because I literally had one more chapter left. That was like the act, because that story part was like one more battle, and then there was the end of the game. So it's like, well, I'm here anyway, I have to finish. I might as well just get it over with. Even though I was like very sad at that point and really wasn't in a good mood after the end of that game. So yeah. Yeah. Is it someone dying? Yes? But it's not even just someone dying. It's who dies and the circumstances around the death. Specifically. Like, it's just completely bullshit what they did with the writing there. If you want to know more, I can tell you off stream because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Hypothetically, if anybody's watching who actually cares about the plot of that game and doesn't want to be spoiled, I don't want to say the details beyond that. But I can give you a very detailed ramble about why I dislike the way that game went. Which sucks too because I love the game conceptually. It was a really cool, neat, and new type of gameplay experience that was well executed. It had some really cool characters with some interesting writing. I was liking everything about it. And I was even I knew the person who did the art for it. That's actually how I found out about the game, is because I used to commission the artist who did the art for that game, and that's who told me about it. And I was like, oh, this seems, and the concept, the pitch was great. I was like, oh, this seems really cool. I like this idea, because it's a basic SRPG, but they use this kind of combination of card and dice mechanics, so it kind of feels sort of like a card game, a tabletop game, and an SRPG rolled into one, and I thought that was unique. I thought that was kind of cool. And it was a fun game, until the end where they decided, yeah, let's just take everything good that we had here and throw it in the trash. Down a garbage disposal. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah, no, this did not make the story more interesting at all. And, well, I can't say anything. I'll tell you later. If you're interested, I can give you the breakdown of why it's horrible. And I could go on for a long rant about it in detail, but yeah, I don't want to say anything. Just in case somebody might be concerned about it being spoiled. But yeah, it felt like the writers were very, very evil. That's all I'll say. And I let them know. On the Steam forum for the game, I expressed my discontent with that turn of events. But I was very respectful because it's an indie game, and I know that it's tough for indie developers and stuff like that to get stuff going. So I just made a Steam post, or a post on the Steam forums for the game, letting the devs know my entire review and my dissatisfaction with that part of the game. But I did not leave a Steam review. I said, I've basically prefaced my post saying, hey, I'm going to put this here and not in the reviews, because I don't want to give you a negative review and potentially hurt you as a developer, because I know that could be it's a big deal when you're an indie. So, I went to, let them know that I was unsatisfied, but not, ruin their game rating over it. If it was a major company that did it, I would not care, because, well, who cares? But it's a small-time indie dev. I'm not gonna, try to ruin their whole career over my opinion over their stupid, what I think was a dumb writing decision. Because there's things I do like about the game. The concept was great. And everything up until the last, 10% of the game was, at worst, inoffensive, and at best, enjoyable. I'm not saying it was, a great experience the whole way through either, and, there's always things, that, it was always a dark game in its pretense. And I could see it, and it was, things oh, I don't like this, where this is going. But nothing that was that major, it was things you could get past. And, there is another game that has, a character death that's, ooh, I hate that. And I think, Kyuki might know what game I'm talking about if I say enough about it, but like, there was like a very unfortunate character death that happened kind of early in the game, too. But the circumstances around that were a lot different, and I still feel the way Children of Zodiac did it, like their character death was worse because the specific circumstances around it that, you know, I'm not gonna get into right now. But like, they somehow made what I thought was like the lamest thing I've saw in a game before, and made it even lamer. I've almost been rambling for 2 hours, but an hour and 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm definitely not playing Disgaea tonight. I don't have time. Like, by the time I start the game, it'll be time to end the stream. You know which one, but probably most will qualify. It was one that had a death of a character that you really liked. And, definitely, was not okay with that. If that's any, indication. But also, like, from the developer standpoint, what they were going for was a moment of character development for a different character. So they basically sacrificed this one character to try to develop a player character. Because that character wasn't playable, it was just a story character. But yeah, it still didn't have to be done that way. And I think this should be a decent hint for what I'm talking about. And that was like the one that I thought was the worst at that point. But Children of Zodiac's like, hold my beer. We're gonna do worse. And I don't mean to trash them. I'm not trying to like hate on the developers or anything, even though I disagree with their decision. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm like just trashing them. They put a lot of hard work and effort in the game. And, you know, mechanically, it's very sound, it's very interesting. You know, I don't want to take anything away from them, that's why I didn't leave them a negative review or anything like that. And the thing is, that actually wasn't the original game that was supposed to be released, is the interesting thing. Like, before, the original product they started on was called War of Zodiarcs. And there's this big, like, you know, it had a very large scope, I guess you could say. For a long spanning, as part of a much bigger story. And I feel like they realized it was too ambitious. They couldn't make that game. So they decided to make a smaller, like, base the same kind of gameplay and concepts in the world, and make a small subset of it called Children of Zodiarcs. I think it's called Children because it was like just a child of the original concept. And I feel like if they were able to make the original game they wanted to make, that stuff wouldn't happen, so like, oh, I would have liked that. Like the original game. But they couldn't make the game they wanted to make, so they made this little piece of it and try to like, you know, get it out real quick just so they could have a game made. And I feel like maybe they kind of made some contrivances to finish the little me section and get it over with because they only had so many chapters they could do. That's my only guess. I don't know. But I felt like there was a lot more that they wanted to do that they couldn't do, and that kind of was like what killed it, in a sense. But I do hope that, you know, they are able to someday make the game they wanted to make still. Because I think they had a great concept. I just don't like the plot execution of what we got. Which is why I don't kickstart games, because I actually kickstarted back that game. And ended up being disappointed. But hey, I'm in the credits for backing it. I remember when I was streaming it, I was kind of sad during the ending credits because I still wasn't over what happened. But I had to like watch the ending credits with my viewers, because I was streaming it. And I like went out like right with, you know, what got to the part where like I showed my name there as a contributor. So I got to point that out on stream. But yeah, I don't even know if the studio's still doing anything, or if they made any other games, or what happened to them. I didn't really follow them. So I don't know if like they still make games or what. I think they're Canadian based. But yeah, I like unique games with like interesting mechanics that you don't see. Just something different, a change of pace. If you can be interesting, you got my attention. Oh yes, actually. It was published by Squeenix because what happened is Squeenix had a competition for indie games. Actually, they like put up a competition for people to like make their own like game, and they would publish it for them. And Children's Zodiacs, I guess, won the competition or whatever and got a publishing deal for it. Collector's editions of that game and a new one called RPG Town coming soon. I might look into that cautiously, because I don't know what the rating's gonna be like. But I am going to like maybe look at seeing what kind of game it's gonna be as far as like gameplay. Maybe like not get it. I'm not gonna like jump on getting it right away. But I might like see what people are saying about it and see if there might be anything to be cautious about. But yeah, they are very, I know they're very into developing games that are kind of reminiscent of JRPGs, even though they're not Japanese. They call them JRPGs, even though they're not JRPGs, because you have to be, you know, Japanese company to make Japanese RPG. It's why it's Japanese RPG. They can call themselves CRPGs, because they're Canadian. And they're Canadian RPGs, but whatever. Their RPGs are inspired by the JRPGs of old. That's kind of their wheelhouse, I think. I do wonder if this new game is still being drawn by the same artist or not. But I guess it's something for me to look into later. If I remember. I'll probably forget. Who knows? We don't know anything in this world, especially not I. I'm just a slime. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out with me, everybody. I miss this. Just being on screen. Getting to interact with you all. It's nice to do this again. And you'll be able to catch the other people that still stream, at least, on their days as well. So we'll be streaming again on Saturday and then Sunday, so you can get some more ZG action then. Did your fix? And hopefully, we will get new people as well in the community that will want to see us and like our streams. Feel like this nice little community we started to build up. But growth is always the goal, I think, as a streamer. You kind of want... Like, I don't want to get too big, obviously. I'll be feasible. I'm not going to get that big ever. I'm not going to, like, be a breakout star. But, like, getting too big can kind of be a problem anyway, so that's good. But a little bit of growth is nice, you know? Like, I think it would be amazing if we had enough viewership that we didn't have to wait half a year to get $50 from Twitch. I like to get a little more frequent payouts. Too small to be big, yes, true. I can fake it though by zooming in. If I move the camera closer, people think I'm bigger. See, look, don't I appear bigger? Slimes in the mirror appear closer than, or bigger than they appear. I don't know, but then, what I'm saying, don't mind me. You know better? Well, not everybody knows better. I actually don't know better. But yeah. It would be nice to have a little bit more of a community, so there's more. Cause things like, yeah, when everybody's here that is part of the community, that's great. But obviously not everybody can catch every stream. So like I'm having a nice back and forth now because we have a few chatters. But if like half of you are not available, then there's practically nobody to talk to. So it's nice to have like a little bit more of a regular base. So there's more chances to have people to talk to, I guess. Because especially with like the weekend streams, if they start so early, like practically no one is ever here at like noon Pacific on a Saturday or Sunday. There's no one around. Until like the after, like so maybe like 3 years later, then people start showing up. So like Cersei and Daedra don't really have anyone to talk to for most of their streams. So that's kind of sad. But if we can give that up more follower base, then maybe daytime people will show up. Yeah. Just something that like, so that we are having, you know, a few chatters every stream would be nice. But also, there's certain like types of streams that are like more possibly have a larger audience. You know, like things that require viewer feedback. Or you'll certain games, you know, that you could play that like be good with their audience and like say stuff. Like even if we're doing like Jackbox stuff. Jackbox games are better when you have like a crowd. Certain ones are anyway. Because there are certain ones where like the audience, even if that part of the, first of all, they can participate, but even people who don't participate in the game itself can still vote on answers. Like I think for, I want to say Quiplash, the viewers can actually like vote on the answers in addition to the people who are playing. So even if you want to play, you can still vote, and so the more people we have in chat to just vote on answers, the more, you know, the scoring will be not just, you know, 2 against 1 kind of thing. And that's all there is, you know, to make it a more interesting experience. Or heck, if we wanted to play an NNO, maybe a bunch of people could jump in and hang out in the NLO, I don't know. It opens up possibilities when you have more people around. Where some of those like browser-like game thingies, they're just like, you know, it's nice to have people to like bounce off of when you're playing some of those things, you know? And like I'm not asking for 100 viewers, but 10 would be nice. And even though I don't need to like make money that much off this stream, a lot of money was spent off of the assets that are like allowing us to be displayed on the screen. So it'd be nice to like make that back someday, just to cover the expenses of what we put into this. Cause we spent a lot of money getting all this together, and then we still need more money for like, again, to fix Cersei's model, her rigging anyway. So it would be nice, because the more views you have, the more ad revenue you get. And the more potential people that could maybe sub or donate and stuff like that. You just have that audience base to help push along stuff like that so that we can pay for the assets we've already bought in the future. Because we might want 2.0 models someday. Or like, well, this doesn't apply to me because I don't wear clothes, but the people who do wear clothes might want alternate outfits. Now those would be cool. Just a little thing. Heck, maybe if we get semi-popular, people will buy merch from us. Cause we do her merchandise store, merch shop. But like, we're not big enough that I think anyone's going to like wanna bother buy anything. Oh, we're in an ad break, I think. I have not been paying attention to ad breaks, unfortunately, I apologize. But I'll try not to like say anything important during this one. That when we do get back from ad breaks, and then I need to ask you all for a very important decision. So be prepared for that. I am not muted, I was drinking water. And I'm waiting for ads to end. If I can't tell for sure when people are back, because they don't usually tell me with her pack, so I have to kind of just rely on the Twitch dashboard and hope it's accurate, which usually it's not. But I'll just, like, resume what I was saying once it says that they're done. And hope that that is correct. Okay, it says we are back. So, I don't remember what I was saying before that break, though. Yay! Right, that's what I'm going off of, but as like I said, it's not always accurate. Like, I had times where it says I'm on ad break and somebody says they're not even having ads any longer, so it's weird. I can't trust that. Like, it's best if people tell me. But that doesn't always happen. That's another thing that more chatters would help with, though. Because if there's more people chatting, there's a higher likelihood that somebody's going to tell me when the ad breaks have started and stopped. But anyway, I am actually about to wrap things up now. Pretty soon. Because I do need to go to bed for work tomorrow, unfortunately. It'd be nice if it was just more obvious to the streamer. And not cringy mess. Yeah, a lot of things would be nice if they weren't messes. But, chat, you have to help me make a very important decision on who to raid. Should I raid a person who is currently playing Monster Hunter Wilds? Or do I raid a person who's playing Monster Hunter Wilds? You decide. No, but seriously, I've got, like, Ro is streaming Monster Hunter Wilds, and Diz is also streaming Monster Hunter Wilds, and I don't know which one to raid. 42. Did the same joke, Pinbro. Oh. So, are you saying I should raid Diz? And what's the actual joke that you said to Ro? Poor Ro has one viewer though. I feel bad. Very first. He's actually good at marketing himself too, unlike us. But yeah, I gotta do that joke to Diz now. It's just because you told me to, so I guess we're gonna go with Diz. I'll get Ro next time, maybe. Unless he blocked raids again. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even know if Ro will let me raid him, so I might as well just, we'll go with Diz, because we know Diz will, allow it. But yeah, it was nice to see you all again. I will be back next Tuesday, unless the world ends and I am in Noah's Ark or something. Bearing that, I'll be back, and I'll be playing Disgaea 6. So until then, I will see you all next time.